Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is Sinful Sunday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. All that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. I give you a brief synopsis, which I didn't write today's synopsis. I'm not much of a writer. I'm more of a talker. I give you your starring cast, your director, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can watch this one for free, a link for where if you like it enough, you can support Chivis and go out and support Derek Braasch and his amazing film production company. You can purchase it from them. I gave you a link for that as well. And then also one last little link I gave in there. If you decide, I would much appreciate it if you toss me a couple of bucks and support Matt's Movie Mania. So with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a masterful piece of artwork, I must say. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end. It left me wondering where it was going from beginning to end in a good direction, but it always kept me guessing and wondering and where is this going and how is it building the suspense and all that. It really does a great job with that. And it is none other than the 2017 film known as Mutilation Massacre by Derek Braasch. Oh my gosh, it is a powerhouse of a splatter flick. It has lots of gore effects, tons of great acting. You have a good cast in there. People that have been around for years and years, with like Joe DeBartolo. I'm sorry if I murdered your last name, Joe. I am so sorry for that. But he's been around since like the 70s, I believe, doing stuff. So you have a wide range of actors and actresses in here, and they really do a great job in the roles that they are provided, whether it be just a victim or whether they are just a victim. I say that because there's such a high body count in this movie. It's so impressive how much of a body count this movie chalked up for just only 20 minutes long. It's 19 minutes and like 56 seconds. I wrote 20 minutes just because I want you to watch it all the way through to the credits, because you do get a nice last little tidbit of gore at the very end of the credit there, right before it goes into the Chivis production logo. It's well worth watching through the credits to see that part. Now, what exactly is this movie about? Well, it starts out with a girl that is tied up to a tree, and her arms are on some cinder blocks, and she's just can't move. She's stuck, and she's screaming, and there's a giant of a man walking towards her direction, and she's beginning to have these flashbacks of her childhood, and they're brilliant little flashbacks the way they tie the story in. Like they start out from when she's just a little girl, and then flashback into the story of him coming up to her even more, and then another flashback of her when she's a little bit older. It's done just so brilliantly that I don't want to give away any of the plot details of these things, But at one point, there is a very tragic accident that happens that is very life altering to the girl that is tied up to the tree, which you find out exactly what leads up to why she's there tied up to the tree, and our captor is slowly like torturing her, dismantling in ways that it's just absolutely just brutal. It was really cool. I really enjoyed the effects of the dismantling of our captive person, I forget the character's name right now off the top of my head, but it was really, really cool. But she eventually, it turns out that there's a killer going around and is basically killing and offing all of her family members, and so that's what leads up to the whole scenario of them being there at that moment and at that time. Now, with all that said in mind, I don't want to give away any more spoilers. I want to roll on to my three things that I love my films to meet. First and foremost, the audio. The audio is very crisp, cool, and clean. There is no moments in here where I am stuck trying to understand what is being said by any of the characters. It is very, very nice and very, very tuned in. It's very crisp, as I would say. So I'm going to give it an A+ on that side. Now on to the dialogue. Dialogue is a huge thing with me. If your movie is lacking good dialogue, I can get bored and can lose a lot of faith in the film itself. Now that is not the case with this one. There is very, very good dialogue that has been written, that is being conveyed on screen, and I'm going to add on there's also brilliant performances in here by our main cast. I feel like everybody does a great job of doing their part. So I'm going to give the dialogue an A+ as well. I feel like it does a very good job of really just it's very well written, and it seems like something that normal people would talk like. It doesn't seem like somebody typed this out at a computer one night and said, oh, so and so is going to say this and so is going to say that. No, it doesn't feel like that. It feels very fluid. It feels very, very smooth and clean. It's modern feeling. Granted, this thing is what we're going on 7 years old now already. It's aged very well in my opinion. Granted, some of the effects aren't the best. There's a throat slicing scene that is a little rough around the edges, but other than that, all the other effects are just absolutely just grade A. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. It's really done a great job on that delivery of the dialogue and the performances and all of that. So like I said, A+ there. And now on to my third and final thing that I love my movies to meet, and that's editing. The editing is cut together very seamlessly, very smooth as well. I love the way they've done the cuts to the flashbacks. I feel like they're put in there in the right places at the right times. They don't linger on each cut. There's no weird jump cuts or continuity errors due to editing. None of that is going on there. It is very, 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 very crisp as well. So I'm going to give that another A+. Now, on to my final score of 1 through 5, I'm going to give this thing a 4.5 out of 5. It's more like a 4.9999999 out of 5. The only thing I just wished it was longer. That's the only thing I wanted out of it. I can't. I have a whole string of stuff to review from Chivis to do for the next few weeks. Excuse me. I'm just fighting over a sickness from the past couple days, so that's why you haven't seen me. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, it's very, very good. I'm going to have a whole string of stuff from Chivis that I'm going to be reviewing from Derek Braasch's production company. So do look for that in the future. I'll be doing one a week or maybe 2 a week. It just depends on scheduling. I have lots of stuff to review already and from all sorts of directors. So look forward to lots and lots of reviews this month as usual. All right, guys. I love your faces, and as always, peace.